Hey, Stefan here. Welcome to the Hollywood Dream Body Wellness and Success Transformation that we achieve by optimizing your hormones naturally. I'm going to show you the 3-step game plan to feeling and looking like a superhero. We're actually going to speak about how to create an all-time testosterone boosting state in 90 days so you can enjoy your dream physique and limitless energy followed by the success you crave. Now, why is energy so important? Because energy equals progress and progress equals happiness. If you want to be happier, you need to make more progress, right? And one of the things that most men lack is the highest freaking energy all the time. If on top of this, you also look the best, you're going to have a sense of feeling like a Hollywood character. You're going to have the attractivity, the confidence that it's priceless, right? And in this video, I'm going to demonstrate you the power of optimized hormone, especially we're speaking about testosterone, right? There are many hormones, but testosterone here is in the focus. Now, you are probably between 28, 42 years old, or you work out, diet, and take supplements without satisfying results. Then this will be the game changer for you, okay? Also, if you want to boost your testosterone 100% naturally and use my system for true transformations, then you can already book a call with me or my team and we can have a chat about how you can work out right, eat properly, and live more successfully with simple hacks that let your hormones do the heavy lifting for you in the next 90 days. Now, what's very interesting here about these transformations quickly that I want to just speak about is that Alex here on the left, that's been 10 months. He went from being hospitalized, having a fatty liver and serious health issues to looking like a Greek god. That's what he says. That's what I truly also believe. Then Theodore, he worked out for 10 years. That's the guy in the middle on the left. He worked out for over 10 years. And on the right here, you see him after only 90 days of doing the right things. And then Robin, he has a typical or had a typical dad bod. And to be truly honest, there was this hype about, women liking a dad bod. I mean, if that's the case for some women, okay, would you like to have a dad bod? Probably not if you're watching this training. And that's how Robin transformed and looks today. Okay, so how does hormone optimization change everything for you? First of all, it does the heavy lifting for you as it operates from within. Why is that so important? Because most guys have experienced this. You work out like a maniac. You diet like crazy. You sacrifice your favorite foods. You try supplements, you coffee, green tea, all of that stuff. You still don't have the highest energy and you still don't look the best. Why? Because you have your hormones work against you. And I'm going to show you to reverse this so you have your hormones working for you, especially growth hormones and testosterone. Second of all, it solves the biggest problem men have in this modern world. Much lower testosterone levels than their grandpas. Even I still have lower levels of testosterone than my grandpa, and my testosterone is very high. You, my friend, probably have significantly lower testosterone levels than your grandpa, and that's a big problem. Why? Because testosterone is what made you be a boy in the first place at birth. Otherwise, you would be a girl. Think about this. So, because that's declining so drastically, you can just become that Hollywood superhero character by just improving this one hormone, right? And then lastly, it protects you from the biggest threat for men, which is that we're all being chemically castrated. That means we're all going to have even lower energy levels. We're all going to have even more brain fog. We're all going to sleep even less good. We're all going to build less muscle, lose less fat. If we don't take care of our health, especially our hormones, because we're all being chemically castrated by the foods we eat, the water we drink. We're speaking about tap water, for example. And just our surroundings, right? Stress is a big thing, right? You have your hormone stress, your stress hormone cortisol, and that's at an all-time high. It's being pushed all the time. And because of this, you feel restless. Because of this, you cannot have as high testosterone because you cannot increase testosterone levels and cortisol at the same exact time. You cannot decrease both at the same exact time. So you must make sure to lower cortisol in order for your testosterone to skyrocket, right? And to just save you from big problems in the future. Let me just give you some words here about these guys. So Mikkel on the left is a certified fitness trainer. He's been working out also for over 10 years. And after 90 days of doing the right things, you see him here on the right. Okay. And then we have John. This took John 8 weeks. And he looks like a guy who works out for 10 years. He didn't. He just did the right thing at the right time. Okay. Timing is very, very important, though. You will learn that. Then we have Lenny Banks. He is a multimillionaire and he has everything that a lot of guys dream about. Okay. He has all the success. He's financially free. He retired his parents. A lot of things that many, many guys dream about. And he wasn't so happy. Why? Because he had low energy. You cannot You cannot be truly happy if you have low energy. Or did you ever see someone being depressed and at the same time jumping around full of energy? It's impossible, right? So he didn't feel so well, but he also didn't like how he looked. Now, this is him after 4 months of boosting his testosterone naturally, working out right and living more successfully. Let me show you now, that's why we're here, the 3-step game plan to looking and feeling like a superhero. And when I say superhero, all my clients, they know that I mean that, right? Like having this insane all day, everyday energy, this insane drive, this mental clarity. You have no brain fog anymore. You have this amazing drive in life, right? You don't need motivation anymore. You're not relying on caffeine and coffee and supplements. You just feel so good. And at the same time, you look so freaking amazing. It makes you feel like a superhero, right? And everybody who's ever worked with me understands that. There are 3 steps that I want you to pay very good attention out for. The first step is you must cut out estrogenic products / hormone killers and protect your longevity. Now, there's a lot to say about all these points. I've just put the most important points here together for you. Here are the 5 top hormone killers, which is soy, right? Mint even. Why did I put mint here? It's one of the biggest testosterone killers. I put it here though because many guys, they eat mint or they drink mint tea. They think it's healthy, but they don't know that it's just having a reverse effect on them. Then we have tap water. I come from Germany originally, now in Dubai, as you can see probably. And I can tell you one thing, the politicians, even in Germany, they sit in front of, the TV and they say, drink our tap water. It's so healthy. It's so amazing. But they never do that. They never drink the tap water. Why? Because they know that the pipes that tap water is coming from is rusty, full of chemicals. We have hormones inside. It's so disgusting. And that's why it's one of the biggest killers to drink tap water. What you drink instead? Very simple. Look for water with at least 50 milligrams of magnesium in it per liter. And best would be also glass bottled water. I have a water filter, a purifier actually, that's even better. That's the best water I can drink on the planet. And it costs me much less than going and buying water. I pay much less for my water that makes me healthier, happier, fitter versus guys that actually buy bottles or they go into the supermarket because they think it's good. Then we have plastics, gentlemen. Plastics is something that's probably one of the worst catastrophes of our modern time. It's in everything, right? There are even studies that show that every week, all of us, we consume plastic in the amount of 1 credit card. And the problem here is not that it goes into your body. The problem here is it goes into your brain and sticks here, right? And that plastic is going to just kill you slowly and make you age faster. You have low energy. At some point, you might just lose your mind also. I'm not even kidding if you do consume too much. And then we have ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is something that I put here because it's one of these hype products that many, many guys count on. Oh, it boosts your testosterone. Yes, it does. But it does so many other bad things that you don't know about. And people don't want to know you, right? Because they can't sell you ashwagandha then. Ashwagandha is, first of all, is very, very bad for your serotonin receptors. It burns these receptors, which means you can not experience as much joy in the future, long term. There's depending also how much ashwagandha you take for how long. And the only situation I would recommend somebody to take ashwagandha is if you are like a triple burned out entrepreneur and nothing helps you but just some ashwagandha. Okay, good. But even then, these 3 steps are going to help you more than just taking ashwagandha. Now, step number 1 is especially about increasing your lifespan, guys. That's not even about you looking the best and feeling like a superhero and whatnot. It's about increasing your lifespan because if you do what I teach you, you're going to literally extend your life by 10, 20, 30 years. And that's not a lot to say, right? It's like your life is worth so much once you especially get into a better state of life where you have the energy, because if you have the energy and you feel so well about yourself and you look amazing, you just want to live longer, right? And then increasing that lifespan comes hand in hand together with these points. Second step is to incorporate simple hormone optimization tricks into your lifestyle. And everything I do is very, very simple, but on point. That's the difference between most of the things that most guys try. Most of the things are complicated. They don't work well because it's not what really makes a difference in the root, which are your hormones. Here are the top 4 easy lifestyle hacks. First of all, sleep naked, okay? Why is that important? Because your testosterone levels is mainly produced at night when you sleep in your balls, right, in your testicles. And that process gets blocked when you wear some type of underwear. And I've had so many guys, professional athletes. I work with doctors. I work with gym trainers, certified trainers, all of these kinds of people who should know it, why they have low energy, why they can't build so much muscle, but they don't. And a lot of them, they sleep with underwear. Now, you've been born without underwear. And at some point you decide to just put on underwear for the rest of your life, which is a catastrophe to your endocrine system, which are all your hormones together. Then we have lemon balm tea. Lemon balm tea is so important because I told you, in order to increase testosterone, you must lower cortisol. There are many things you can do, complicated things, long things, things that you don't want to do. Drinking lemon balm tea, scientifically proven, lowers your cortisol, and also it contains GABA, which is a neurotransmitter, which is going to basically help you to also be more calm. And when you are more calm, you make better decisions. When you are not so stressed and you make better decisions, not only you have higher testosterone levels and you feel better, but you also have a better life, because your life right now is the result of the decisions you made, right? So I hope with this you understand how amazing lemon balm tea is. And if I drink lemon balm tea every single day, I had a guy, actually a family, I had them bring me 60 packs of lemon balm tea to Dubai because I couldn't buy it here. If I do it every single day, you might want to try that out as well. And then we have Brazil nuts, and you see in brackets, it says 4. I want you to eat 4 Brazil nuts every single day after your first meal, because they're one of the food's highest in selenium on the planet. And that's crucial for your hormonal balance, your testosterone, your growth hormones, and everything when it comes to how you look, also losing fat and building muscle. And then lastly, gentlemen, we have black maca after the first meal. Why black maca? First of all, maca is a root from Peru, a very potent root. We have green maca, we have yellow maca, we have red maca. Red is more for the sexual performance, but the black is the purest form, the rarest form, and it's going to give you this insane natural energy boost without consequences. Coffee, for instance, coffee always gives you a high and gives you a low. Oats are also not so good to eat. Why? Because they always spike your insulin and you always have a crash. If you want to stay young, you want to not age so fast, you want to feel better, you have to make sure just to have constantly high energy. And with insulin spikes all the time, or coffee that triggers your cortisol and you always have a down, that's not possible, right? So if you're in a state right now where you just need more energy to maybe work out, to do the things you have to do for your business because you lack the energy, black maca is going to be very good for you. So that's all about insane recovery and energy. Recovery is as important as training. If you don't recover properly, you're never going to catch up with your energy. You're never going to have the best well-being, right? And it's not necessarily about how long you sleep, by the way. It's more about how good you sleep. I can sleep 5 hours. I wake up. I feel insanely recharged. My body, I just build more muscle in 5 hours. Obviously, it takes time, right? Versus a lot of guys that sleep for 10 hours, they wake up, and you might resonate with this now, and they feel groggy. They don't want to get up. They don't feel well, right? They have anxiety, brain fog, and all of these things. So step number 3 is working out correctly. If you ever want to have your dream body, guys, you have to understand, you have to work out properly. It's like building a business. When you build a business, you have to do the things properly, right? If you always do the wrong things, or if you always do the things that only give you 20%, you can never, no matter how long you're going to spend on something, expect to have 100% of the results, right? And I love this 80-20 rule. With 20% of the effort, achieve 80% of the results. And that's why working out properly is so freaking important. Now, the top 3 keys for maximum results are a fasted workout. When you work out fasted, there's no life situation in which you have more growth hormones released in your body. When you have more growth hormones released in your body, your testosterone just follows, right? You're going to build more muscle than ever before, lean muscle. You're going to also lose more fat than ever before. And then we have push-pull legs. Why is this so important? Because if you are a natural athlete, or you want to just work out naturally like I do, you cannot do anything else that makes sense but push-pull legs, because your body doesn't recover so quickly. Somebody who's injecting steroids, they can do a 5 split. They can do shoulders only today, arms tomorrow, then one part of the leg to the next day. And they can split their body in different ways because their body recovers so insanely quickly, right? You can't. I can't. I have to do it the right way, the best way that works for me, being natural, right? There are even studies that show, I'm going to tell you 2 studies quickly because I think they're very, very interesting. Quickly about the insane recovery and energy. Obviously, that goes hand in hand also with sleeping. There's a study showing that people would rather have 1 hour more quality sleep per night than $75,000 more income per year. Why? Because we live in a society where nobody sleeps well. It's crazy. And sleeping well is so good. You wake up better. You make better decisions. You have fun in life, right? Anyways, the second study is that if you take steroids but you don't work out, you will build more muscle without working out than somebody who's not taking steroids but works out. That's the reason why I tell you this, is because I want to just prove to you that you have to make sure that you use the proper recovery and training systems to get the best results. Everything I do is to just get the results the most effective and fastest way possible. That's why push-pull legs is so important. And then we have mastering drop and superset systems. What does that mean? Especially when you're traveling, when you're busy, when you cannot spend 1 hour every day in the gym. You don't want to travel there for 20 minutes, come back. You have to know exactly how to use a drop set properly and how to use a superset system properly. And when you learn this once in your life, yes, that's going to take time. It's going to take 90 days to learn that. You'll never be the same again. You will work out so effectively. You will see so amazing results. It's also going to be fun, right? And once, gentlemen, it starts to become fun for you to work out, you will never stop, especially if you see the results. Now, all of these lead, you can see here on the bottom, all of these lead to maximum fat loss, lean muscle mass, and well-being. That's the key here, okay? Now, we're all being chemically castrated, okay? I told you this already. Now, here are some of the consequences. I just want to share them with you because a lot of people are blind for the fact that what's, first of all, happening to them, and second of all, what consequences that have, right? We have permanent muscle loss and weakness. Once your testosterone and growth hormone levels stay too low for too long, your body loses its ability to build and maintain muscle mass. You become physically weaker, frail, and struggle to regain strength, even if you try to fix it later. Second of all, we have erectile dysfunction, loss of sexual function, which in my humble opinion is one of the worst things that can happen. I had erectile dysfunction, okay? I did not get it up anymore. And it was the worst thing that ever happened to me because I didn't feel like a man anymore. I wanted to have sex, but I couldn't perform. I felt so bad, guys, okay? And it's a matter of fact that chronic low testosterone damages blood flow and nerve function, leading to permanent erectile dysfunction and loss of libido. At some point, no supplement or natural method can fully reverse the damage. And here are two things. First of all, your energy goes hand in hand with your sexual libido. I have insane libido. That's why my energy is insanely high, okay? And second of all, if you already belong to some of the men who have erectile dysfunction in some form or another, can be premature ejaculation, can be soft erections, can be, total erectile dysfunction, you have to do something now. The longer you wait, that can literally be a thing of months or weeks. It might be irreversible, okay? And then we have cognitive decline and brain fog that never clears. That's one of the scariest consequences, in my opinion, because once you lose your mind, losing your mind is one thing, but not noticing that you lose your mind and losing your cognitive ability and your brain function. That's so scary to me. I don't want that. And testosterone and hormonal balance protect your brain from degeneration. Long-term neglect increases the risk of early dementia, Alzheimer's, and irreversible cognitive decline. And lastly, number 4, we have metabolic shutdown and stubborn fat storage. After years of neglect, your metabolism slows down permanently. Your body becomes insulin resistant, stores fat easier, and struggles to burn it, turning you into a man who's just, who can't lose weight. I just can't lose weight no matter how hard you try. Not a good spot to be in, right? Here are the good news. You can avoid all of this by upgrading your self-image now and becoming the man who thrives, the man who is in peak shape, radiates health, commands respect with a strong, attractive body, and moves through life with unstoppable energy. Now, why do I say self-image here? Because one of the things I work on the most, especially in the beginning when I work with somebody, and I did for myself that made me become that man that I am today, is I changed my self-image. I went from being that guy who doesn't see himself as a guy who works out, who doesn't see himself as a sexy, confident, financially abundant, free and smart and intelligent and just radiating guy. I changed my self-image to becoming that guy. And when I saw myself as that guy, I made the right decision. So now going to the gym was easy for me. Why? Because I saw myself as that guy. I can give you one example. And this goes also hand in hand with God's laws. We're going to speak about it in a second. You can write on a card, I am so happy and grateful that I have a six-pack. And if you read it every single day, what's going to happen is that it's scientifically proven that what you write down, you're going to start to believe. Even if you write down a lie on a card and you read it often enough, you're going to start to believe it. So it's going to become part of your self-image. Now, if you write on a card, I'm so happy and grateful that I have a six-pack, because that's what you truly want, right? Let's say. After 20 days of reading that card and your self-image being changed, a little bit every day, you will feel so stupid not doing something that matches your self-image that you will just do something to get a six-pack. Might be to not eat that donut. Might be to go and work out, right? The key for you to effortless transformation, to a guaranteed transformation that lasts a lifetime, is changing and transforming your self-image. Okay. When you embody this new identity, success in every single area, fitness, business, relationships becomes effortless, which is just what I basically mentioned. And there are 3 books I highly recommend to everybody to read. First of all is Lifespan from David Sinclair. We have Life Force from Tony Robbins, and we have Psycho-Cybernetics from Maxwell Maltz. Highly recommend them. Psycho-Cybernetics is especially about the self-image, right? Tony Robbins' Life Force is especially about hormone optimization, but more from a stem cell therapy point. And Lifespan is all about, obviously, how to live longer, okay? And why aging is not just a normal part of your everyday life, okay? Now, here's the golden path. The golden path, which means the way of the superior man. And that's not referring to the book from David Deida. That is something that I've developed where I think, what does it mean to be on the way of the superior man? That means to just do the basics so well and so consistent that everything in life just becomes better. Almost effortless, right? And we have 6 areas that if you work on them properly for 90 days, you will never be the same again. We have, first of all, top-notch hormones. If you can just create hormonal balance, higher levels of testosterone, higher levels of growth hormones, lower levels of cortisol, lower levels of prolactin, for example, right? Lower or high levels of TSH levels, depends. Your life will never be the same again. You will become so freaking powerful, okay? And then we have number 2, and obviously you're going to live longer, you're going to be healthier. Second of all, we have God's laws, and that is to live knowing certain laws that are basically influencing you every single second of your life. And most people, they don't know these laws. And you must know these laws so you can live a better, successful, healthier, and happier life. Third of all, we have superior workouts. This is all about not wasting your time. If you already made the commitment to work out 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week, congratulations. Then don't waste your time and learn how to do it properly. You're also going to have more fun. You're going to see your abs. You're going to have a better chest. You're going to see results. It's going to be fun. Then we have badass recovery. This is so freaking important because if you do everything right, but you don't recover well, which obviously goes hand in hand with having top-notch hormones, you're not going to feel so well. You're always going to be groggy. You're going to be tired. Your brain is not going to perform so well. You're going to have sleepless nights and so on. And then we have sleeping like a king. This is so important because if you sleep like a king, you can perform like a king, right? And we live in a pandemic of people not being able to sleep. And that's something you should definitely not be a part of. You should be able to sleep very well, right? Doesn't mean that you sleep well every single day, or every single night for the rest of your life, because that's not possible. You will have some hard nights, but it's about having your hormones recovering you insanely good, having your hormones being able to make you sleep like a baby, right? We're speaking about melatonin. One of the things people do is they take melatonin pills. Oh my gosh, when I see somebody taking melatonin pills, I want to slap them in the face, not because I'm a bad guy, no, quite the opposite, because I know how dangerous it is. But nobody tells you because they make money with melatonin pills, right? I don't make money with that. I tell you the truth, okay? I save you, I try to at least. And we have diet of a warrior. It's just a matter of fact, what you put inside, just you become. Like if you put trash inside of your mouth all the time, you become trash. If you put good things inside of you, you become better. And if you just once in your life learn that there are certain foods that are going to make you feel so freaking amazing and look so much better and perform and sleep so much better, and what foods to avoid. Come on, guys. It's like 1 week of learning these things and then just applying them and feeling already better. It's going to stick, right? It's like so freaking amazing. Now, if you master these areas, you will forever benefit from the energy and drive, the dream physique and attractiveness, the confidence and success, and the respect and admiration others don't have. Now, is this about things that others don't have? No, but this is about you becoming the vessel of light so that you are able to inspire and help others, okay? It's not easy, by the way. Of course, it's not easy. Otherwise everybody would do it. But it doesn't have to be hard either with the right help, okay? Let me share some success stories here with you. I mean, I could be here now for 8 hours and showing you success stories. I just picked a couple of them that I think might resonate with you. We have Mikkel here, who sends me a message. What the fuck did you do to my body? Like, when was the last time you worked out and you ate properly, right? And you just looked at yourself and like, oh my gosh, I look so amazing. When was the last time? It's a good feeling, right? Ivan says, I love it so damn much. My body is feeling stronger than ever. Amazing. He's an MMA guy. He needs it also. We have Hadel saying, thank you, bro. You're a genius. I'm not a genius. I just do the things that society has forgotten, optimizing my hormones and my clients' hormones naturally. Then we have Mikey here, for example. He lost 20 kilograms. That's 40 pounds in 2 months, okay? 2 months and 1 week. And just to give you some perspective, most guys can lose 5 to 7 kilograms per month. If they try hard and they sacrifice their favorite foods and they hate their life because everything is bad. Mike lost 20. Okay, so that's the power of optimized hormones. And then we have Daniel here. That's him on the left. Okay, Daniel, look at the top picture. He didn't look happy. He didn't look good. 2 weeks later, he not only looks better, you can see that he's happier. Okay, and he has a family that he is now the role model for, and his children are happier because he has the energy and he's a better role model. And he had back pain. He actually didn't believe me that when I told him his pain is going to be gone forever. In his back, he had it for years and it was so painful. Today, he has no back pain anymore. Wow, can you imagine? He doesn't wake up with pain anymore. We have Yasin here. Yasin worked out for, I think, 8-9 years. Now he says having a six-pack is not a dream anymore. It's a goal that he's going to achieve, right? And he made a very fast and amazing transformation. Did he put in the work? Absolutely. And you want to put in the work because then you feel proud of yourself. If I can snap my fingers like this now and you look like me, you're not going to enjoy it because you never worked for it, right? Then we have Alex, says that he could never get so swollen before meeting me. Well, it's because he now has his hormones work for him. How amazing is that? And then we have John here on the right, and you see his 3 weeks transformation. He looks like an exchanged human being. Now, I do have to say the lighting is also here different, meaning he looks like he has a 10. He didn't have a 10. His skin looks the same, but he has a bigger chest, much bigger chest in 3 weeks, guys. Bigger shoulders, bigger arms. He has a six-pack in 3 weeks, okay? Why do I show you this? Because doing the right things and not settling for just things that work kinda, but doing the right things and learning the right things once in your life changes everything. And that's something you should experience. Now, you can become the Hollywood character of your own life in 90 days. You can break free from the self-beliefs and habits that are holding you back for a very long time, maybe a short time, but they're holding you back. You can naturally boost your testosterone and optimize your hormones. You can optimize your training and you can optimize your recovery 100% naturally. You can enjoy your dream physique once and for all. And I always give this example, like when you played a game when you were a child and you could choose some characters, right? Let's say an online game. I always choose the most attractive guy. I don't know why, but I wanted to be like him, right? Now, I can tell you one thing. Walking around and being in very good shape and belonging to that kind of magical type of person who has a good shape, because nobody has that nowadays, it is priceless. And then you're healthy, you're living longer, you feel amazing, you inspire people, you have more success in your career. Wow. And it starts with also looking that part. Your body, remember this, your body should also mirror your ambitions. That's especially for all of you entrepreneurs out there. Now, you can book your consultation with me or my team. You will find the link somewhere below this video, and we will chat about how in just 90 days you will achieve the body, health, and confidence most men only dream about. So you will not belong to the men anymore that dream about it. You will actually take the steps and every day feel and look better. And that's going to be a new life that you discover. Okay, so thank you for watching. Just click the link below for the consultation, and I see you there. Bye.